Radio Bypass, bringing you rock and roll music that deserves to be heard. Discover new bands. Here's some old favorites on Radio Bypass.
Hey guys, today on Radio Bypass, we are going to introduce you to a band that's new to us, maybe new to you as well. Band's called OG8, and joining us today is vocalist Jaime Lynch and guitarist Troy Williver. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
Hi. Well, welcome to Radio Bypass.
Thank you so much.
Glad to have you both here. I got turned on to your band because of a single you're currently promoting, Woman, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But since you were new to me, I'm thinking you may be new to many of the people that listen to this show. So I thought we could start, if you guys would, giving us a little bit of history, how long the band's been together, and how did you all come together?
Troy, you want to take that one?
You bet. So a couple of years ago, 2.5 years ago, I've done, first let me back up. I've done a lot of stuff in music over the years, a long time, and I'm like everybody else. I enjoy rock and roll and all types of music, but I especially like, Zeppelin, Heart, that type of stuff.
Sure.
And in my past, I've been in bands like that. And in the meantime, I decided with my wife that we wanted to do one more run at it and do a tour and build a band and have the recordings and do everything correctly. So we started out by making a record label called Beat Farm Music. And then we created the name based on everybody in the band being equals. So the band are monsters, bass, keys, drums, guitar, vocal. I mean, Jaime is an absolute firebrand.
Yes.
So the process was, let's do an album. Let's get a whole bunch of the best musicians that we possibly can and some friends from my past, and let's do this thing and kick its ass. And so we put it together. I called a friend of mine in Las Vegas because the singer was the last piece of the puzzle. And I called this friend of mine in Las Vegas. His name's Troy also, and asked him, do you know any singers? And he gave me like 2 or 3 of the people that he know. He's also a entertainer in Las Vegas. And so Jaime was one of the names. And to be quite honest with you, I looked at the list that he sent me and her name popped out. I don't know why. It's just kismet. So I asked Troy to have her give me a call, if possible, if she was interested. And sure enough, she called. And so I'm having a conversation with Jaime. I was in Portland, Oregon at the time. And I'm out of my driveway. And she just sounded like an absolute sweetheart of a person. And I could tell that she was very talented. So as the conversation was going on, I just had this weird feeling. And I said, when's your birthday? And it was this dead silence. First time we ever talked. And she goes, today. And I was like, no way. So we became friends. We started writing together. And really, it's been, out of everything I've done in the musical career over the last 40 years, this is by far the best project that I've wanted to be involved with.
Nice. And how about for you, Jaime? That's some pretty high praise he just heaped on you. And I have to add in, you are definitely a powerhouse vocalist, no question about that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, as Troy said, we had a mutual friend, and I'm based in Las Vegas. So our mutual friend reached out to me and said, hey, one of my dear friends is putting together this project. They're looking for a lead female singer. And I said, yeah, I would definitely be interested in doing an original project. So we spoke, and then Troy and Mary and some of the other guys in the band came out to Vegas to see one of my performances. And we just hit it off. And from that point, we got together and started working on that first album. And the rest is history.
Gotcha. And it seems like you two mainly have been the collaborators on the songwriting, I'm thinking, from what I've seen.
Well, we kind of start it, and then all the guys give their input as well. But yeah, me and Troy are the co-writers, I think. Wouldn't you agree, Troy, to kind of start it?
I would agree, yeah. Yeah, because I get these ideas of rhythms and changes and chords and such, and then I'll just record it and send it to Jaime, and if she digs it, then she automatically makes it better. and equals what I'm doing. It's a really good combination.
That's great. It's kind of amazing that from just a chance phone call like that you can find a partner like that. It's like you guys were meant to know each other or something.
Yeah, that's
And,
what it feels like.
and your background, Jamie, I was
Yeah,
looking you up a little bit. So you,
it
you
does feel like that.
yeah, you kind of began as a dancer before becoming a singer or something
I
like that. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, I did actually. So I grew up dancing, ballet, tap, jazz, the whole thing, and acting mainly. So I was a dancer and actor. I did a little bit of singing, but not much growing up, honestly. And then I moved to Vegas. One of my girlfriends that I grew up with in where I grew up in Utah, actually, she had moved down to Las Vegas and was dancing in a production show on the Strip, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So I, immediately got up and came down and auditioned and got into a show as a dancer. And so that's kind of how I started my career in entertainment. And then, but I always had like a desire to sing. I just never thought I could for some reason, or it wasn't on my radar growing up necessarily.
Hmm.
Um, and so when I moved to Vegas, I really started focusing on learning how to use my voice and trying to make that transition eventually from a professional dancer into a singer. And so I was able to do that. It took me a minute to figure that out, but I was able to do that. And I've been, singing and performing ever since. And that was years and years ago. But I always say, like, if there's dancers out there that want to sing, you got to go for it, because I believe that if you have a desire on your heart, there's a reason for that. And so you got to try to follow that path and follow that, inspiration and see where it takes you. Because I just feel like if I can learn how to sing and become a singer and a headliner in Las Vegas, then anyone can do it. I didn't start singing until I was in my 20s. So
Gotcha.
I really believe that.
Gotcha. And you've been in
Wow.
more than one show, obviously, in Vegas. I read, a
Oh,
Pussycat
yeah.
Doll show or something, and several different
Yeah.
shows. So, and now you're part of the OG8. Are you still performing in different productions in Vegas as well, and
Yes. So
dancing, or as a singer?
well, I've transitioned out of dancing. I still dance a little bit on stage, but I'm definitely not like up to par the way I used to be. Um, but yes, I am still performing in Vegas. I perform with a band out here, and I, do some different corporate gigs and stuff like that around town. But yeah, you can definitely find me in Las Vegas performing, singing and doing some dance moves on stage while I'm singing. But that's what I'm doing out here when I'm not doing OG8.
Gotcha, gotcha. And then back to OG8. What do you guys have in store? So the single we should talk about now, I think probably, is "Woman" that you've released. Um,
Sure.
Obviously, I have a daughter and a wife, so I knew immediately they'd love that song for what it stands for. Um, and so you guys are yeah, obviously just beginning to promote this particular song and releasing it as a single. What are you guys looking to do? Do you have some shows planned to support this, or where do you want to go with "Woman"?
Oh gosh, to the top. Anywhere we can go with
Go for
women.
it,
I mean,
Jamie.
it's just a fun, it's just a fun female empowerment anthem song. Um, but yeah, I mean, we're actually in the studio right now. I just got back from the studio with Troy yesterday. And we're working on our second album as we speak. And then after that, we are gearing up with our team to start doing some shows and maybe a tour coming up. We're looking, I think, around end of spring, beginning of summer at this point.
Of this year?
Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Just wanted to be clear on that.
Yes. We can't wait to get out there and do some live stuff.
And the song "Woman," there was a statement in the information that came with the song about it being a profound, unapologetic anthem redefining the rock and roll landscape. But obviously, this is super important to you. So, tell us about the writing of the song, what it means to you, because it clearly, I can tell from this little blurb, means a lot.
Yeah, it definitely means a lot to me. And I love that I'm in a band with these amazing, guys that are super supportive of their women in their life and of this song and just bringing it forward as a single, which made me really happy because I absolutely believe in empowering women. I love my girls and I want them to just feel empowered when they listen to it. And the song itself, it's kind of tongue in cheek, but not at the same time. It's fun, it's bluesy, it's upbeat, and the lyrics are. I'm joking a little bit, but I'm not joking.
Yeah, I
Like
thought I
when
detected a tad of sarcasm here and there, maybe just a little
yeah, but I'm not really joking about
Exactly.
it. But it's fun. It's just a fun song, and the guys kill it. And it's just this bluesy, fun, up tempo, female, empowered anthem. And so I couldn't be more happy and proud about it.
Yeah, well, that's good, and I got good feedback on it. We do our music show that we do is every Saturday, so I do about an hour of mostly new bands, a little bit of stuff from the past too. I still love my Aerosmith and things like that, but I played it not this past Saturday, the week before on that show, and I got some good feedback on it. The groove of the song was commented on, and then your vocal, Jaime, being as strong as it was, being commented on as well. So good feedback on that track.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course, of course. Well, I'm glad you guys decided to push this song a bit and get it more on people's radars, including mine, because now I've gone and digged into the album and found that I really like all of it, and a couple of tracks in particular that I mentioned already. But the whole record's really good. So I was kind of almost disappointed, like, man, how come I didn't hear of you prior to now? Because obviously I found that you've been around a while. So I'm glad you guys are doing what you can to spread the word about your band, because you've got a really solid thing going here, I think.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, my pleasure.
That's so kind of you. Thank you.
Well, I like good music, and when songs are written well and played well, you gotta love it. Music is everything for me. Super Bowl was Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay, but give me music and I'm happy.
Amen.
So if people want to learn more about you guys, you do have a website. That's just OG8. I can't remember when I looked you up. OG8.com, or was it original8.com?
It's under original8official.com, and you can find links to all of our platforms there. Everyone's bio, everyone's information is on there. So anything you're looking for with the band OG8, go to the website and you can find all the links there. But you can also find all of our music on your favorite streaming platforms. And we're also on social media, of course. We have Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And most of those are OG8 official. Instagram is OG8_original8.
Perfect. Good. That's you're very good. You got this all down. So before we get into playing music and wrap things up here, is there anything, like if somebody's just learning about you for the first time, what most would you want them to know about the band?
Troy, would you like to say something on that?
Yeah, definitely. So I would say authentically that this band is an absolute organic evolution. And we started out to build an album, and now we've got an empire that's about to be released. And I do believe that this crew that we've got on this has the capabilities to go the distance.
Good. So you've got long-term vision here, not short-term.
And if I could also add to that, the whole idea with OG8, and when Troy and I first met and we first started talking and getting involved, we really wanted to create something that was ours and that we weren't influenced by big labels telling us what we had to do or who we had to be, what we had to say, and how we had to do our art. And we really wanted to keep creative control, and hence why Troy created the label himself. And so OG8 is really about doing it for yourself and doing what feels good to you, and long live rock and roll.
Well, that is like perfect, right?
And we like Aerosmith too.
Yeah, of course. In fact, I saw a video of you singing "Dream On," Jamie.
Yes, yes, that's one of my favorite songs.
Right on.
Such an amazing song, and I love singing it.
Yeah. Oh gosh. And to think how young Steven Tyler was when he wrote that, it's kind of mind blowing to me.
Right.
I don't know that I could have thought that way
It's like
at that age.
Yeah. All these lines on my face getting clearer and all that, like that's,
Right. I didn't think anything about lines on my face when I was the age he was when he wrote that. So.
Oh man, I wish I could say that I wasn't thinking that, but
Totally.
female,
Well,
you gotta.
girls, women start thinking about it sooner, Guys, we think about it later. Like now, I know when I look in the mirror.
Woman.
What's that?
The song "Woman," kind of touches on that too. Is like I'm gonna wear what I want to wear. I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna be who I want to be. And that's really the theme of Woman, is just owning yourself for who you are. And I think probably the theme of OG8 as well. It's just being who you are authentically and out what you want to put out.
Yeah, well, that should be one of your taglines, I guess. Authentic rock and roll or something,
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
But that's where, that's what's important. I mean, that's what, for me, I know we're in a different world now with streaming and AI generated songs and all this stuff. But maybe it's because I've been a lifelong music listener. I don't know, but I want to think, like I see it with my daughter. She's young and she hears the difference too. When music is authentic and it's written from the heart and soul and sung by real humans and everything that are basically living what they created, not just doing it to push something out for a sync service or something, it shines through. And that's the music that sticks with you as the listener, is when it's really authentic rock and roll, to use our new term for OG8. But yeah, I think that's the best thing to do, because nobody knows this music business anymore, and there's not, it's not like it was, there's not radio and to support a lot of music and stuff like that. So you might as well, you're going to work hard to get it out there regardless. You might as well do what means something to you. I feel the same way about this podcast. I don't do this because I want to spend hours away from doing other things. I do it because I'm a musician's advocate. I want to help musicians get the word out there that they exist, because music touches my soul. And that's why I get irritated a lot of times that radio doesn't support music anymore and that people don't buy music the way they used to, because I want to support the artists. I go buy the music and I want to support that because it does something good for me inside. So I want them to be able to keep funding and being able to create more of that touches my soul. So, and I'll get off my soapbox.
That's awesome. No, that's so cool, man. I've always said if I'm getting chills when I'm playing, somebody else is too.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good way to put it. All right.
Thanks.
Well, I am glad that we got to meet here, and I'm glad to know about OG8, Original 8. And I'm glad to hear you guys are working on a new record. I'm glad you're pushing this single Woman. And I appreciate you guys stopping by Radio Bypass.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
A pleasure and so lovely to meet you.
Yeah, same here. All right, everybody. So we've been talking to, again, the band is called OG8. There's a full album out there that you can get your hands on. The whole thing's really good. And we're going to get new music maybe this year, hopefully. Sounds like, possibly.
Yep.
So be sure to check out OG8. Go to their website, social media, follow the band. And right now, turn things up just a little bit more. And if it's okay with you guys, I am going to go with 2 songs. So we'll play your single that you're promoting right now first. So we'll crank up Woman here first, which is the latest. And then we're going to go to my other favorite. And for you guys watching, I'll send reminders of what the names of these songs are. But check out OG8. And again, Jamie and Troy, really appreciate you guys coming by Radio Bypass. Turn it up, guys. This is OG8, Woman.
You see me walk out the door. I'm a WOMAN. Let me say it again. Yeah. Break it down. Ladies, I am woman. Recognize. I cried tears in the ocean today, and so afraid to change, but more to stay the same. And the harbor lights are calling me home. He says change is coming, pretty baby. You'll never walk alone. Ooh, can you feel it? Ooh, I can feel it. The fog grows in and I'm scared, but I'm here for it. It's a feeling I can't explain, but I hear it call my name. Oh, send away, send away, send away. Oh, nothing's gonna be the same. My daddy told me I could be anything that I wanted to be. So just take my hand and listen, my only daughter. I say, Daddy, will I drown in my insecurities? He says, baby girl, don't sink, just swim and be who you're meant to be. Sail away, sail away, sail away. Nothing's gonna be the same. My daddy told me I could be anything that I wanted to be. So just sail away on the sea of change. tears.